Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to what is a beautiful day here in South Australia. Light breeze, nice and warm, perfect for setting up an outdoor pond for my Japanese platinum medaka ricefish. Stick around. If you guys watched the first video I put up on the channel, I set up a 60 centimeter river scape aquarium and I picked up a dozen RICEFISH, which I absolutely loved. My goal was to move them outdoors though and set up just a nice pond for them where they can grow, where they can thrive, and hopefully also breed. So in their natural waters in East Asia, Japan, the temperature can go as low as freezing point up to about 30 degrees Celsius. And in my part of the world, in South Australia here, that's pretty well the range that we have here as well, give or take a bit. So the opportunity came up when I found an old poly plastic 200 litre cattle trough that we had lying around, which I think will just make just the perfect foundation for a great little outdoor pond that they can kind of thrive in long term. And then I also found some timber to make like a frame around the pond as well, to fill that up with soil to plant that out. And also we were doing some renovations on our garden and just a cute little spot outside our kitchen that I saw that would make a great spot for the pond. So I seem to have all the materials, all the motivation and everything I need to get going today. So hopefully you enjoy this. I've got a friend who's got a workshop, so I might head over there now and he can help me put together this planter box. So it may be a bit of montage, a bit of me trying to explain stuff and make it interesting, but hopefully you enjoy it. I'm excited. So for now, yeah, I guess cue the music. Cup of tea time.
Alright, get hold of that because I want a cup of tea now. That one, we'll have a cuppa, yeah?
Yeah, sounds good.
Let's take this out and I'm ready for my tea soon. Alright, let's have a cuppa and we'll fix that after.
Well, we're about halfway through the planter box build, but gotta keep your workers happy.
Put it on top, Sam.
Yep. Alright, so first off, apologies if you see any flickering. My camera can't seem to figure out the light situations no matter how many settings I change, so oh well, we'll just roll with it. So I'm here back in my dad's shed after successfully transporting this planter box home. I'm really happy with it so far. It's looking good. It's obviously a bit rough, but having been outside for a while, the timber's a bit grey and a bit worn out. And along those same lines, the timber is wet because of that. So I'm going to have to wait potentially a couple weeks before I can it's dry enough to be able to sand it and then coat it. So I'll just coat it in motor oil because that's a good preservative for timber. And I'm about to do an oil change on my bike, so I might save that oil, or we might have some old stuff lying around. elsewhere. Yeah, so, and because I have to wait a couple weeks before I can really do the final touches on this thing, in the meantime I'll high pressure clean the trough that I'm using as the pond, and then also drill some overflow holes in it, so then when it rains the water can get guided through those holes instead of filling up the trough, overflowing, and then the fish potentially yeah, kind of flying over the top. So I'll probably put some fly screen or something like that covering the holes that I make, so then the fish can't fit through them. So yeah, that's the plan. We'll check back in a couple of weeks. Whew. Well, that was a bit longer than 2 weeks. It has been about a month-ish since that last clip you watched. But today, finally, we are back working on the pond. Yeah, let me show you where we're up to. Okay, so here we have it. I've put the pond in there temporarily just to see how it will fit and whatever. The timber has been sanded back, so that looks a lot nicer now. It's been oiled as well with that oil from yeah, just engine oil from my motorbike when I did that. I've got it in place and leveled. Also, I've lined the inside with plastic just to preserve the timber a bit more when I put the dirt in there. So the next step is to get the pond level, but also make sure that this lip is lower than the timber here, because I've got a bench going on top of there for yeah, just sitting and feeding the fish and chilling out, which should be good. So I'll do that, then we can get some dirt in there, and also I've got to put where these drainage holes are, I've got to put some stones and that behind them, so when I fill it up with dirt, the water has somewhere to drain down and into the planter box, and it doesn't just sit on top. So I'll level this out, and then it's time to start shoveling some dirt. So without further ado, let's get to work. Okay, so the pond is now complete, but on the day I went to film it, it was extremely windy, so I'm just going to do a voiceover here instead. So with the planting of this project, I left the outside to Mum because I don't really know what plants would work best here. So she's planted some herbs, including thyme, in there that she says will do well. So we'll see what happens in the future with those. And the inside, I planted this pale leaf rush at the back, which is already starting to shoot roots into the water, which is cool to see. And then also this pond lily, which over time will shoot out more lily pads and flower, which should look really nice. So like I said at the start of the video, really keen to get my rice fish outside because I think they will look awesome and do well. So I've put them in recently and they seem to be comfortable, still perhaps a bit skittish as they're getting used to their new environment. And plus the pond lily hasn't really grown much either. So once it grows and shoots out new leaves and runners, and once algae settles in and that, we should hopefully see them be more comfortable, display some more colors, and obviously they're quite young at the moment too, so they have a bit of growing to do before they really start settling in and laying eggs and breeding and things. So this has been a really fun project for me. I really enjoy the DIY side of the hobby, and to be able to use some of my skills to be able to complete this project has been a lot of fun. Not all of you will be that keen to, I guess, get on the tools a bit and do this kind of thing, but I guess I'm doing it so you don't have to, and hopefully you can enjoy the results of my hard work. And if this has inspired you to think about maybe doing an outside pond, do your research into what fish you can keep. You can always buy tubs from places like Bunnings or something like that and set up something super easy, super chill, and just enjoy it. And one thing I should also mention is that I picked up a solar pump off of eBay, and the purpose of this isn't really filtration as much as it is just keeping the water moving, some surface agitation, and just helping the water not to stay stagnant. So thank you guys for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, comment below, share, all that good stuff, and follow Sam's Aquarium Services on Facebook and Instagram. Stick around for more content in the near future, and I'll see you on the next one.